Spent $1,800 on groceries this week? Here's what most gardeners don't know about winter. 5 tasks you do right now will save you $500 plus next spring. And task number 3 takes 10 minutes but triples your harvest. After losing 2 growing seasons to terrible soil, I discovered what actually works. These aren't complicated, they're not expensive, but they're the difference between struggling plants and a garden that practically grows itself.
Here's the truth about winter soil prep. Most gardening advice gets this completely wrong. They tell you to rest your soil or wait until spring. Meanwhile, you're missing the entire window when nature does the heavy lifting for free. I learned this the hard way. Year 1, clay-hard soil, stunted tomatoes, $300 in wasted plants. Year 2, I tried these 5 winter tasks. Result? Soil like chocolate cake, plants that exploded with growth, and a freezer full of food we didn't have to buy. And yes, this works even if you work full-time. I do. Even if you have small space, apartment balcony to suburban yard, and even if you live in zones 4 through 9, I'll show you exactly when to do what. Ready? Let's start with the game changer.
Task number 1 is your foundation. Everything else builds on this. Think of winter organic matter like a slow-release savings account. You deposit now, soil biology works all winter, and by spring, you withdraw incredible fertility for free. You need either finished compost or aged manure. Here's the deal. Compost, best for beginners. Spread 2 to 4 inches thick across your beds. Lay it like a blanket. Don't dig it in. Cost? $0 if you make it yourself, $40 to $60 for a cubic yard if you purchase it. Manure, higher risk, higher reward. It must be aged 6 months or more. And here's a critical warning. You must ask about persistent herbicides. These herbicides are commonly used on hay fields. Horses eat the hay, the horse poops, you put that manure on your garden. And these herbicides can survive the composting process. They can survive in the soil for years. And they can destroy your tomatoes, your beans, your cucumbers, basically anything with a broad leaf. I've seen gardeners lose entire seasons because they got contaminated manure. So ask these 3 specific questions. Number 1, what herbicides were used on the hay or pasture? Number 2, has anyone else reported plant problems from this manure? And number 3, can I test a sample? To test, plant beans in the manure mix. If they twist and deform, it's contaminated. Don't use it. If you can't get clear answers, don't risk it. Stick with compost from a reputable source or make your own. For those of you who do have clean manure, spread it about 1 inch thick. You don't need as much as compost because it's more concentrated. Here's exactly what to do. Step 1, clear dead plants. We'll cover this in task 3. Step 2, spread 2 to 4 inches evenly across your beds. Step 3, leave it on top. Don't mix it into the soil. Step 4, optional, water lightly if it's bone dry. Now, timing matters. If you're in zone 4 through 6, do this by late October. Zone 7 through 8, through November's fine. Zone 9, anytime through December works. Why does this work? Microbes break it down slowly all winter. By spring, it's integrated into your soil structure. You're not fighting a layer of raw material when you're trying to plant. Now, here's where most people mess up task number 1. They dig it in. Don't. I'll explain why in task 3. First, let's talk about the protective layer you need. Task number 2 is mulching. And we need to kill one myth that's costing gardeners thousands. The myth: wood chips steal nitrogen from your soil. You've heard this, right? It's half true, which makes it dangerous. Here's the truth. Wood chips mixed into soil equals nitrogen lockup. That's bad.
But wood chips on top of soil? The nitrogen lockup happens in the mulch layer, not your root zone. That's totally fine. It's like spilling sugar in your garage instead of your kitchen. Your kids aren't swarming the garage. They don't even know it's there. Same principle with wood chips as mulch. Best mulch options for busy people? Option 1, wood chips. This is my favorite. Free from arborists or $30 per cubic yard. Lasts 2 to 3 years, feeds fungal networks, apply 3 to 4 inches deep. Option 2, shredded leaves. This is the easiest option. Literally free from your yard. Breaks down in 1 season, which means instant nutrients next year. Apply 4 to 6 inches deep. Option 3, straw, not hay. $8 to $12 per bale covers about 50 square feet. Good insulation, no weed seeds if you buy the right kind. Hay has seeds, don't use hay. What to avoid? Hay, which is full of seeds, and fresh grass clippings which mat down and create problems. Here's the time-saving secret. Wait until after your first frost to mulch. Why? If you mulch too early in warm zones, you create mouse hotels in your beds. Not fun. But after first frost, pests are done. Mulch goes down, soil stays protected, and you're done in 30 minutes per 100 square feet. Okay, organic matter down, mulch down. Now here's the 10-minute task that triples your harvest, and almost nobody does it. Task number 3 is so simple you'll think I'm joking, but this 10-minute habit increased my tomato yield by 40%. Here it is. When your plants are done for the season, snip them at soil level. Don't rip them out. Leave the roots in the ground. You're thinking, won't those roots rot and cause problems? Yes, they rot. That's the entire point. Let me show you what's happening underground. When you leave roots in the ground, 3 magic things happen. Magic number 1, natural drainage channels. As roots break down, they leave perfect pathways for water to penetrate deep, no runoff. For air to circulate, prevents compaction. And for new roots to follow, easy growth. This is nature's tilling without destroying your soil structure. Magic number 2, premium food for soil life. Root biomass equals high-quality carbon right in the root zone. Bacteria, fungi, worms, they feast all winter. By spring, your soil biology population explodes. Magic number 3, mycorrhizal highway system. Most of your plants have beneficial fungi attached to their roots. These fungi trade nutrients for sugars from the plant. When you rip out roots, you demolish this network. When you snip and leave the roots, the network stays intact. Next year's plants plug right into this highway. Instant boost. Here's how to do it. Grab your pruners or scissors, cut the plant at soil level, toss the green material in your compost bin. Done. Now, there are a few exceptions. Pay attention. Diseased plants, things with blight or clubroot, remove those entirely. Perennial weeds like bindweed or quackgrass, remove those. And anything you want to prevent from reseeding, like if it's going to take over your garden, remove that too. But healthy annuals, your tomatoes, beans, squash, peppers, snip and leave every single time. This costs $0. Takes 10 minutes for a 4x8 foot bed. Year 1, you'll notice easier planting. Year 2, you'll notice better drainage. Year 3, your soil structure will be unrecognizable. This is compound interest for your garden.
3 tasks down. You're already ahead of 90% of gardeners. But here's where it gets even better. The next task actually grows food for you while you sleep. And the final task costs literally nothing. Quick recap so far. Organic matter equals free fertility. Mulch equals protection plus weed control. Leave roots equals better soil structure. Time invested, about 2 hours for a 200 square foot garden. Savings next spring, $300 to $500 in plants and soil amendments you won't need. Let's keep going. Task number 4 is cover crops. This is your soil's winter coat and breakfast all in one. Now, I know what you're thinking. Is it too late? Let me give you the ideal scenario and the backup plan. If you're watching this in September through October and you're in zones 5 through 7, here are your best choices. Winter rye survives down to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. Amazing root system that breaks up clay soil. $15 to $20 for 1,000 square feet. Crimson clover. This fixes nitrogen, which means free fertilizer. Beautiful spring blooms that feed pollinators. $12 to $18 for 1,000 square feet. Austrian winter peas. Another nitrogen fixer. Cold hardy down to 10 degrees. $15 to $20 for 1,000 square feet. How to plant? Broadcast the seeds like you're feeding chickens. Rake lightly, doesn't need to be perfect. Water if it's dry. Done in 15 minutes. The ideal timing is 6 to 8 weeks before your first frost date. If you don't know your frost date, I've got a zone map with all the dates in the description below. But what if you're watching this in November or December? Don't stress. Here are your backup plans. Backup option A, winter-killed cover crops. Plant oats or field peas. They'll germinate, grow a little bit, and then winter will kill them. You get instant mulch by spring with zero termination work. This works even 2 to 3 weeks before your first frost. Backup option B, just use heavy mulch. 4 to 6 inches of leaves or straw. This does about 70% of what cover crops do. No timing pressure whatsoever. Backup option C, early spring cover crop. Plant buckwheat in March or April, depending on your zone. It grows fast, just 6 weeks. Terminate it before your main crops go in. Still improves your soil significantly. Now, what about spring? Come spring, 2 to 3 weeks before you want to plant, you need to terminate your cover crop. Here's how. Mow it down with a lawnmower. Chop it with a string trimmer. Or tarp it for 2 weeks. Light deprivation kills it. The material breaks down, adds organic matter to your soil, and you plant right into it. Easy. This one's almost too simple, but it prevents blossom end rot in tomatoes and peppers and costs exactly $0. Save your eggshells all winter. Here's why. Eggshells are 95% calcium carbonate. Tomatoes and peppers are calcium hogs. No calcium equals blossom end rot, which equals ruined fruit. The problem? Calcium moves slow through soil. If you add it in spring, it might take weeks to reach your plant roots. Add it in fall or winter, it integrates slowly and is ready when you plant. Plus, you're recycling waste. Feel-good gardening at its finest. Here's what to do. Rinse your eggshells. Dry them. Store them in a container all winter. When you're ready, grind them in a coffee grinder, food processor, or just put them in a bag and crush them with a rolling pin. The finer you grind them, the faster they'll break down. Spread a handful per square yard in fall or spring. Your choice, but fall gives them more time to work. Optional step, if you're concerned about bacteria, bake the shells at 200 degrees for 10 minutes. Personally, I don't bother. That's it. Free calcium all winter long.
Let's bring it home. 5 tasks. Number 1, organic matter, your soil savings account. Number 2, mulch, protection and weed control. Number 3, snip, don't rip, natural soil building that costs nothing. Number 4, cover crops, or the backup options if you're watching this late, living fertility. Number 5, eggshells, free calcium insurance. Do even 3 of these, you'll see massive improvement. Do all 5, your spring garden will shock you. Total time investment, 3 to 4 hours for a 200 square foot garden. Total cost, $50 to $150, depending on what you buy versus what you make or find for free. Next spring, you won't be buying expensive soil amendments. You won't be fighting compacted soil. You won't be dealing with terrible drainage. And you won't be losing plants to nutrient deficiency. You'll be harvesting food while your neighbors are still waiting for their soil to warm up.
If you found this helpful, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to show this to more gardeners who need it. And subscribe, because next week
I'm showing you how to test your soil in spring to see exactly what these tasks did. Before and after results, what to look for, free methods you can use. In the description below, I've got a downloadable PDF checklist with all 5 tasks plus timing by zone. Links to suppliers I trust, no affiliate links, just good sources. And a timing calendar for zones 4 through 9. Drop a comment and tell me, which task are you trying first? I read every single one. Winter soil prep isn't complicated. It's just doing the right things at the right time. Your garden will thank you. Your wallet will thank you. See you next week.